Good evening. Curiosity about life in all its aspects, I think, is still the secret of great creative people. Words of Leo Burnett. Welcome to BMC English News Live. Myself, Marina Francis, joining you with the news updates. Today's news in detail. Receive residency permit sticker applications through the post office. Applying for a residency permit sticker in Bahrain has become easier than ever. According to the Nationality, Passports and Residence Affairs, they will soon launch a new service via Bahrain Post to process residency permit sticker applications. The service is in addition to the authority providing permit stickers through NPRA services centers and at the exit points of Bahrain. The service will kick in once the authorities complete the required administrative and technical procedures. Sheikh Ahmed bin Isa Al Khalifa, the Assistant Undersecretary for NPRA, said the move aims at simplifying procedures to allow customer services with the least time and effort. He said the introduction of the e-services enhances the overall quality of the services in line with the directives of Interior Minister General Sheikh Rashid bin Abdullah Al Khalifa. Sheikh Badr bin Khalifa Al Khalifa, the Assistant Undersecretary for Post at the Ministry of Transportation and Telecommunications, said the launch of the services meets the Bahrain Post's strategic plans to enhance its operations. Once an application is submitted, postal officials will activate the official procedures, he added. NPRA in July this year started using a new residence permit sticker. The old sticker, the authority at that time said, was valid until its expiry date. Bahrain to double value-added tax as economy recovers from pandemic. Bahrain will double the value-added tax to 10% in an effort to boost revenue and curb one of the Gulf's widest budget deficits as the economy begins to recover from the pandemic. The kingdom is seeking ways to bring its budget back into balance by 2024 without undermining a fragile recovery, an official close to the government told Bloomberg. Bahrain is under fiscal strain despite a $10 billion bailout package pledged by its neighbors in 2018. It promised to take a raft of fiscal measures in return for the aid. It put its reform timetable on hold last year to focus on helping the economy weather the double shock of COVID-19 and a fall in oil prices. The official said pandemic stimulus introduced by the government, including doubling the liquidity support fund to BD 200 million, central bank enabled loan deferrals and reduced reserve requirements for banks, a relief on equity bills, had helped to get the economy back on track. Increasing value-added tax VAT from 5% to 10% is amongst multiple options presented by the government to legislators today to offset financial setbacks. Other options include reducing wages or social welfare given to nationals. The Ministry of Health has announced the criteria for receiving booster shots. The guidelines follow the new booster shot protocols announced by the National Medical Task Force for combating the coronavirus pandemic as approved by the Government Executive Committee. It is to be noted that the booster shots are offered only to those who had completed their vaccination by receiving 2 doses. However, when the shot is available depends on the type of vaccine used for completing the vaccination. Bahrain's fiscal balancing program has been now extended 2 years to 2024. The government informed legislators during a high-profile meeting today that the 3 GCC countries handling over the $10 billion bailout on the condition of economic reforms have agreed with the 2-year extension. Under the plan, Bahrain should balance annual revenues with spending. Congratulations galore for His Royal Highness Prince Salman on winning global accolades. Congratulations poured in for His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, yesterday from all walks of life as he won global accolades for initiatives in the international health sector and strengthening Bahrain-US relations. His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa was honored with the C3 Community Collaboration Commerce Leadership Award by the 2021 C3 US Arab Healthcare and Business Summit for his tremendous achievements, especially in addressing the coronavirus pandemic. The award represents a high-level international recognition for His Royal Highness's leadership capabilities, said His Highness Sheikh Nasser bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the representative of His Majesty the King for the work of the humanitarian and youth affairs, in a message. The recognition, His Highness Sheikh Nasser said, by the American organization reflects the capabilities of His Royal Highness Crown Prince and Prime Minister in leading the Bahrain team to combat the coronavirus, which achieved remarkable success and earned high international appreciation. Deputy Prime Minister launches Beiti.bh platform. Deputy Prime Minister and Chairman of the Ministerial Committee for Development and Infrastructure Projects, Sheikh Khalid bin Abdullah Al Khalifa, launched the latest electronic service Beiti.bh platform in Housing Ministry. The platform is an interactive housing service that provides several options for citizens, such as the possibility of booking units, making reservation payments, and learning about the offers, standards, and financing requirements of banks, especially those participating in the Mazaya program. The Deputy Prime Minister affirmed that Housing Ministry made exceptional advancement in the era of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa, thanks to His Majesty's support and to the follow-up of His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, Crown Prince and Prime Minister, noting the continued efforts to build the 5 new housing cities to provide a decent living for Bahraini citizens. Health checks for employees of 6,900 establishments. Employees working at around 6,900 establishments are required to undergo periodic mandatory medical tests, said the Labour Market Regulatory Authority. LMRA Deputy Chief Executive for Operations and IT Systems, Ali Mohammed Al Kuheji, stressed the authority's keenness to implement the measure, which applies to employees working at industrial and trading establishments. The role of the authority is to ensure the mandatory measure is implemented and check the compliance of establishments, he said. He stressed the government's keenness to support public health, protect people from contracting communicable diseases, and ensure the safety of society. The Health Ministry had issued an edict stipulating the mandatory periodic medical tests for employees working at industrial and trading establishments related to public health. Under the edict, employers are required to ensure their workers undergo the medical tests every 2 years to ensure they are free from communicable diseases. The targeted establishments include hair salons, beauty and massage parlors, food outlets, hotels and other establishments. Details of the edict are available on the LMRA portal www.lmra.bh. The Sustainable Energy Authority has up till now trained 434 technicians, fitters or installers and contractors in the field of sustainable energy and is studying installing solar energy systems for 25 public and private sector entities. Its president, Dr. Abdul Hussain Mirza, said the authority is very keen to move forward with plans that advance sustainable development in the country and the search for creative and innovative ways to overcome COVID challenges. 121% mobile penetration in Bahrain. There are now 121 mobile phones for every 100 people living in Bahrain, says the country's telecom watchdog. Mobile phone penetration has reached 121%, with 98% describing call quality as excellent, the Telecommunication Regulatory Authority said yesterday. Bahrain's COVID updates: out of 17,215 COVID-19 tests carried out yesterday in Bahrain, 69 cases have been detected among 35 expats, 26 contacts of active cases and 8 travelers. There were 73 recoveries reported. There are currently 3 cases in critical condition and 7 receiving treatment. Out of a total of 730 active cases, 727 are stable. Now we shall be back after a very short break.
Every piece of jewelry tells a story. Its raw beauty speaks of its natural origins. The brilliant design speaks of unparalleled craftsmanship. Its elegance evokes the passion and energy of those who wear it. At Al Siraj Jewelry, our story, our pride.
All your favorite products under one roof in Bahrain at 27-year-old Megamart and Macromart. Bakery, fresh meat and fish, fruits and vegetables, sweets and snacks, ready-to-eat foods, dairy products, grocery or consumer goods. To have a wonderful shopping experience, please visit your nearest Megamart Macromart branch. Megamart and Macromart, full of goodness.
Welcome back. 680 exhibitors to participate in ADHEX. Abu Dhabi will tomorrow host the Abu Dhabi International Hunting and Equestrian Exhibition ADHEX 2021 at Abu Dhabi National Exhibitions Company. The 18th edition, organized by the Emirates Falconers Club, will be held from 27th September to 3rd October under the theme Sustainability and Heritage, a Reborn Aspiration, in line with the country's plan to mark the UAE's Golden Jubilee celebrations. As the largest event of its kind in the Middle East and Africa, ADHEX has become a prestigious global platform that allows participants to identify distributors and partners, expand their businesses, launch and promote latest products, in addition to its integral role in promoting and preserving cultural heritage. The event attracts thousands of falconers, hunting and equestrian enthusiasts, and users, traders, major buyers, VVIPs and dignitaries from around the world. Dubai sets up 5-lane drive-through PCR testing center for Expo 2020. With PCR COVID-19 tests being mandatory for unvaccinated visitors to Expo 2020 Dubai, authorities have set up a massive drive-through facility. The Dubai Health Authority (DHA) has created a 5-lane PCR test facility and a center that can perform 10,000 tests per day. The results will be issued within 4 hours. Kuwait to provide COVID-19 booster doses very soon. Kuwait's Health Ministry has announced that it will soon begin sending appointments for people to receive COVID-19 booster doses. Those eligible for the third dose include individuals over the age of 60 years, healthcare workers, and those immunocompromised, it was revealed. Saudi to consider students exempted from COVID-19 vaccine as immune. The Public Health Authority noted that students exempted from receiving the COVID-19 vaccine would be considered as immunized students who have completed doses. The authority confirmed that measuring temperatures in educational facilities has been cancelled in the new update of their guideline for the school's attendance in September. The use of barriers on students' tables has been removed in the new guide, with the necessity of sterilizing school facilities without a specific number after it was sterilized twice daily. School buses can now fully utilize the capacity at 100% after the new update. The authority stressed the importance of the students on continuing to fully adhere to the precautionary measures. Mosques across Oman hold Friday prayers. Patrons returned to mosques across Oman over the weekend as Friday prayers resumed after a hiatus brought about by the coronavirus pandemic. The country's Supreme Committees decided to issue the openings with specific protocols, including entry to only fully vaccinated individuals, maintenance of social distancing and special carpets, and a free mask mandate. UAE to close 50% of state service centers. The UAE will close down 50% of its government service centers and turn them into digital platforms, Vice President, Prime Minister and Dubai ruler Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum announced yesterday. In a series of tweets regarding the new federal government structure and new ministerial appointments, Sheikh Mohammed said, "We are closing 50% of government service centers and turning them into digital platforms within 2 years, merging 50% of federal authorities with other authorities and ministries, and appointing new ministers of states and CEOs of specialist sectors." India-Canada direct flights to resume on Monday. Canada has finally lifted the ban on direct passenger flights from India more than 5 months after it was imposed in April this year when the second wave of COVID-19 swept India. Canada Air is likely to operate the first direct flight between the two countries on Monday, whereas Air India will also resume the services on the same day. Biden and Modi discuss Indo-Pacific climate change and COVID. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Friday described as outstanding his first bilateral meeting with US President Joe Biden, who said that the Indo-US relationship is destined to be stronger, closer and tighter. The two leaders discussed a wide range of issues, including combating COVID-19, climate change, trade and the Indo-Pacific. Biden, who welcomed Modi in the Oval Office of the White House, said that today they are starting a new chapter in US-India relationship. Modi, who is visiting the US for the 7th time after assuming office in 2014, described Friday's bilateral meeting with Biden that lasted more than 60 minutes as important as their meeting at the start of the third decade of this century. At least 3 killed in Amtrak derailment in Montana. At least 3 people were killed Saturday afternoon when an Amtrak train that runs between Seattle and Chicago derailed in north-central Montana. The westbound Empire Builder train derailed about 4 p.m. near Joplin, a town of about 200, Amtrak spokesman Jason Abrams said in a statement. The accident scene is about 150 miles north of Helena and about 30 miles from the border with Canada. The train had about 141 passengers and 16 crew members on board. The train consisted of 2 locomotives and 10 cars, with 7 of those cars derailing, he said. Airport closed as La Palma volcano eruption intensifies. Volcanic explosions spewed red-hot lava high into the air on La Palma on Saturday as a new emission vent opened, forcing the small Spanish island to close its airport and causing long queues for boats off the island. The Cumbre Vieja volcano, which began erupting last Sunday, is entering a new explosive phase. The Canary Islands Volcanology Institute in Volcan said the new emission vent that had opened was to the west of the principal vent. Worldwide COVID-19 cases crossed 231.57 million. Over 231.57 million people have been reported to be infected by COVID-19 globally, and 4,949,727 have died according to a Reuters tally on Sunday. Infections have been reported in more than 210 countries and territories since the first cases were identified in December 2019. 23-year-old US man with no legs breaks world record for fastest 20-meter on hands. A differently abled US athlete has shattered world records to become the fastest 20-meter walker using his hands. Zion Clark, 23 years, set a new Guinness World Record by walking 20 meters in 4.78 seconds. Clark was already an inspiration to many before this, being a motivational speaker, author and entrepreneur. Now, with this amazing feat, a testament to his determination and courage, he has entered the Hall of Fame. Hamilton takes his 100th F1 win with victory in Russia. Lewis Hamilton became the first Formula One driver to win 100 races with a victory in Russia that sent him back on top of the championship. While 7 times world champion Hamilton celebrated a personal century, his Mercedes team maintained their own 100% record in Sochi. The champions have won every Russian Grand Prix since the first in 2014. With that news, we come to the end of today's news updates. Stay tuned to BMC News Live for daily news updates in English every day at 7:30 p.m. Good night.